everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is kind of going to be about how I do school being visually impaired. I do an online school, a charter school. It's called PA Cyber Charter School. I've been doing that since 6th grade. In 10th grade is when I started to lose my vision. It was like hit and miss. One day I could see, one day I couldn't see the board. School was really hard when that first happened because what happens is I have to do everything on a computer, and like for class there's a button to raise your hand, there's a button to put up, like if the teacher says put up a green check or a red X, and I was relying on my brother and my mom. Like they would have to sit with me, and if the teacher said to do it, they would have to be there. So I didn't really have that independence. I went to a camp called Highbrook Lodge, and there was some kids there that used voiceover, and I was like, what is this? I've never heard of this, because I had never been around anybody that was visually impaired until I went to camp. So we kind of went, they let me use it and just play around with it. I'm like, this would be really nice for school. So my mom talked to my IEP team, and they decided it would be best to get me an iPad. And let me just tell you, this is my first full year of doing school with an iPad, and I just love it so much. It's so much easier. I can raise my hand. I can send a note. I can do tests on myself. I can do homework on my own. It's so nice. The hardest thing about doing school, I think, like, everything, since it's online, is kind of hard because you have to see the board. But my teachers really work with me, and they describe things. Like, this week we were working on bills. So they would say there's a $10 bill, there's a $5 bill, there's 2 quarters, and I would have to like add it up. But it's kind of really challenging in math because like literacy, I can listen, science, I can listen and follow along. Math, it depends on what we're learning. Most of the time it's very hard to make that connection without like visually seeing it. So, yeah, I think that's been the hardest part, but like I said, I can do so much better with my iPad. So, yeah, the school has been really helpful in getting me the iPad, and I can't even express how much the school year has been better. Last school year I was stressed all the time. I had my iPad for half the school year last year, but this is my first like full semester, or not semester, my full year of 12th grade with the iPad. I had it last year for half the school year. So it's been really nice. I'm able to do things on my own. I'm able to do, like, you wouldn't even believe it. Like, my teachers are so impressed that I can do all this by myself now. And I just like that independence of doing it on my own. I didn't like relying on everybody. In class, it's a little hard because it's on the computer, but we've gotten through it. I have the iPad. I wanted to share some some apps I use, for anybody out there that maybe has a son or daughter that's in school that uses voiceover, or if you're a teacher watching this, because a lot of people wanted some tips for teachers who are, teaching visually impaired kids. I'm gonna do a video on that next, so stay tuned. But some apps I use on like a daily basis is, I use the HW app for homework. It's very accessible with voiceover. You can put like your homework assignment in, you can put what class it's in, and it's free. All these apps that I have are free. I also use Animal Watch. That's a really cool. You basically like can do all kinds of math things, like practice math, and it's really voiceover friendly. If there's a graph, if you touch it, it will tell you like what the graph looks like. So it's very voiceover friendly. I also use math cards. This is like addition, subtraction, multiplication, addition. I had a hard time. My teachers wanted me to find like some things to get my multiplication better. I had a hard time finding one that was voiceover friendly, that didn't like, it wouldn't read it. So this one really reads you the things. And another one I use is Math Melodies. That's another math one. And I feel like I engage in a lot of these apps because they work with voiceover. I get frustrated when I find apps that don't. And it can be really hard. Another one recently I got is called Slapstack Math. That one is really cool. If you want to just look that up in a video on it, it's really hard to explain, but it's a good game if you're even like in like a public school and like your kids go to school every day. That's a really good one if you're a teacher, because it's, if you have visually impaired students, you can include them, and sighted kids can do it too. Another one I use is called DCMP. That one I recently found, and I gotta tell you, your parents have to sign you up. So if you're a kid watching this, they have to sign you up. But it's very nice because, like, you can go on there and find different career videos, and they'll have audio description. All their videos have audio description, or if your student's hard hearing, they have that. So if you're deaf/blind, they have that. But they also, like, really have, like, awesome videos. Like, I listened to a video the other day about them ice sculpturing. Like, it was the coolest video ever, and it had audio description, so I was really engaged in it. I just do that for fun sometimes, but if your teacher wants you to watch a video, like, about what it would be like to become, for instance, a plumber, there's videos on that, and it, like, walks you through it with audio description, so it's really nice. You can also do science videos, history videos, you name it. I also like Brain Pop. We watch a lot of those in class. That's, you have to pay for that, but you can get like one free video a day. And you can do like tests on them, so you can't see the videos, but you can listen, and I think they're really funny. Another one I do is Kahoot. I use Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Padlet. That's really nice. We use that in my classroom, and I can get it on my iPad, so it's voiceover friendly. I use Grammarly. If you are like me and you have a hard time spelling, this is something anyone can put on their iPad, and it will help you, give you hints for spelling, grammar. I also use Spelling Bee. I do a lot of spelling tests in my class, and this is the most voiceover friendly one. So, if you guys would like any of these apps, links to them, I'll try and post them below if I can. But if you would like them, I'll put up my email, and you can email me, and I will send you the exact link to these apps. I hope everybody has a great day and a great weekend. Thank you.